welcome to our unnamed podcast. My name is James, and I'm one of the hosts. Next to me I have...
Man with not very many voices, Funk. Or Billy.
And I'm Danielle.
Good pass off there, Billy. Dropping the ball already early on in the podcast.
I did that when I was 13.
What, drop the ball?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Did you do that a lot, or just...
In the toilet.
What?
I got big balls.
They hang your knees or something?
I'm
Jesus.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I misinterpreted. I literally just imagined you with a basketball standing over a toilet and just dropping balls in a toilet, not actually like teabagging a toilet physically. I'm sorry.
Well, can't say I haven't done the other one either.
Yeah, well, these things do tend to happen. Yeah, welcome to our podcast. This is the first inaugural episode, I guess, is what you'd call it. It's gonna sound like shit. Yeah. I'll do my best to fix it, but yeah.
For those of you with sensitive ears, turn this off.
That's right. Turn down to what? Or whatever the hell.
Turn it over to Mickey Minaj or some shit. I don't know.
No, what? Turn down.
Turn down for what?
Yeah.
Turn down for what?
You've got to be paying attention and not messing around on your phone.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap it
I'm
out your
paying
hand.
plenty of attention.
She's setting very bad hosting etiquette in front of all of us.
By spending her time on Fuckbook.
On Fuckbook. That's actually a website, I think.
Oh,
It
well
totally
then in
is.
that case,
It is a
shit book.
It is like a website for people to like hook up and I think like bang. and shit
Oh, I'm
like
sorry. A social media app.
that. A social media app. That's right. All right. Well,
Just in case those, get...
Yeah, whatever. Thanks, Billy. We are going to transition over, and we're going to talk a little TV, little TV talk.
TV?
You guys cool with that?
I'm fine with
Down.
Down with TV talk? All right. Welcome to TV Talk. We are going to talk about the latest Doctor Who episode, as of, well, when we're recording this, right? So it's the Season 8 premiere of Doctor Who.
Which happened about, almost a week ago.
Almost a week ago now. Yeah, we were originally going to start this around that time, just as a little hook onto the podcast itself. Make it a little bit more interesting, kind of try to theme it around, new episodes of things we're currently trying to consume in our free time, but shit happens.
Yeah.
And life gets in the way.
Amen.
And people sleep through the night sometimes instead of being the vampire that I am. So, what did you guys think of the new Doctor Who episode?
The episode itself, well, I like the new Doctor.
Yeah.
He was very,
What's his name? Peter
Capaldi.
Capaldi.
Mr. Capaldi.
Mr. Capaldi.
Aye, lad. The Scotsman.
The Scotsman. Wasn't Tennant a Scotsman too, though?
I think so.
So that makes two Scotsmen
And two Brits.
and two Brits in the new series so far.
Not that that matters.
What did you think of the episode's pacing? I thought it was a little slow, and a little dry in parts, and I didn't really think the villain was.
The beginning was unexpected. A dinosaur.
Oh, you talking about big sexy lady?
Ah,
Yeah. Or big sexy woman. Big sexy woman. That's what it was. Is it? I was always wondering if that's like a reference to the TARDIS itself, because there's always that joke that she's like a big because she's bigger on the inside.
To find out it wasn't big on the inside of the dinosaur.
You just find out that all Time Lord technology is just bigger on the inside.
I now name that dinosaur
that is-
Deep Throat.
Deep throat. Well, it's definitely some sort of throat. Yeah, I mean, what did you really think of the episode though? Other than just the thoughts on the dinosaur.
Slow.
Slow.
Like the new Doctor, the episode. I'm looking forward to the new ones. So.
It felt extremely long to me. Like it felt like it was really slow. Like the dinosaur part was kind of cool. It was kind of hype, and then we got into the green bitches.
Oh, it was
house.
it was the dumb fight between the Doctor and Clara.
Oh yeah.
Just like it seemed very petty and drawn out for two people who have been out seeing space and time and...
Well, yeah, but you also gotta remember at that point, it's like a reboot in his brain, and you really haven't seen a major reboot like this before. Well, you have when he became younger, I guess, but now you're getting, like, him becoming older and wiser again, so it's a little bit of a... It goes from being like a goofy friendship, like Scooby-Doo, and it kind of turns it into a little bit more serious, like, I guess Sherlock would be.
I think they made the episode awkward. In my opinion, I feel like they tried to make the transition from Matt Smith to Peter Capaldi smoother by making Peter Capaldi goofier in the beginning of the episode, which felt unnatural. It felt awkward. And then as the episode went on, he got more serious and kind of became his own and who he's going to be as the Doctor. And that's when I really started to enjoy the episode.
It was kind of like Tennant transferring over to Smith. He had to find his own thing, and his thing ended up being food, so, having to find the right taste.
But those transitions
Peter
were very smooth. Like, they just became their doctors right away, as
No,
opposed to, like,
no,
this,
see-
where I feel like they tried really hard to make him seem like he wasn't.
I feel like it's a little bit of like a tainted memory thing that you're having right there, because I feel like when the Tennant transfer over to Smith happened, I really felt like Smith felt so awkward. Just so awkward.
He did.
His haircut looked awkward. He looked awkward in the suspenders. It wasn't until later on that they changed his jacket up that he actually looked more comfortable. He actually had real hair at that point.
I honestly, adored him from the beginning. From
Yeah.
scene number 1, I loved him as the Doctor.
Yeah, but see, that's your thing. Like, for me, for Tennant, like, I didn't even see the transformation from Eccleston to Tennant. Like, I saw it on TV, but I didn't see a change between character.
It didn't seem so drastic for them to me either, and I enjoy both of them as well. It didn't seem so drastic.
I literally just felt like it was a brand new Doctor. I didn't feel like there was any build-up at all. I mean, he passed out for a little bit and did some shit, and, saved it from the giant snowman, or what was it? Santa Clauses or whatever the fuck that was, that weird, creepy episode. But I didn't really feel like Eccleston, like, he brought kind of a dark but like serious but kind of a goofball edge, and then when you went to Tenet, it literally just went goofball. He had like a serious part though. When he got angry, he was super serious, and that dude has like a stare from like 5,000 miles away, which is why one of my favorite gifs on the internet is the picture of David Tennant just standing in the rain looking sad, just like puppy dog eyes. It's that one. Yeah, the face is super good for the listening audience.
Sorry, the GIF.
Well, no, I just meant the listening audience is totally not going to be able to see your face. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do what I can. I like to help people out.
He brought in a good sound effect, and you just kind of fell flat on that, but that's all right. Anything else you guys have been watching besides Doctor Who? Actually, you know what? No, one more thing on Doctor Who. I don't like the intro or the intro music now. I think they ruined it. I thought they had it perfect with Smith and Tennant and Eccleston. I thought it was great. Fantastic. Good. It just got kind of better. It sounded like from the beginning of the 9th through the 10th and 11th, I just felt like they added more instruments and the sound quality just got better. I felt like it was more of a big band towards the end there with Matt Smith. And the intro itself actually was pretty cool because it was slightly different enough, but still sort of the same, so it wasn't so uncomfortable outside of the bubble, where this new one looks like some kid made it on a Mac in like 20 minutes. I actually saw the original one. I don't know if you guys seen that on YouTube.
No.
But I actually think that is a better quality intro than the one they actually ended up using.
As long as they didn't stray away from the main tune, I didn't care.
Yeah,
as far as the intro video goes, I really don't look at it. I'm just
I miss the
listening to the
sound
music.
that I'm used to as far as like the intro video and like all of that, but it doesn't bug me. Like honestly, it's not going to taint watching Doctor Who for me in any way.
But that build up with the drums in the beginning, it's just so amazing. Like that is like the best part of like Doctor Who for me. That was like one of my favorite things was the intro, and I really just don't like it. I hope I get used to it, and I hope that I can come to some sort of likingness towards it, but as of right now, I have zero interest in the new theme.
It's not like the Doctor Who theme previously, where like I'm totally cool with setting it as a cell phone sound because I think it sounds neat. I definitely won't be taking the new one and like setting it as a ringtone because I'm not that fond of it. I agree, I don't like it as much, But, like I said, it's not going to really taint Doctor Who for what it is for me.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't. I'm not trying to say that it's going to taint Doctor Who for me because I'm actually kind of excited for this season. I'm kind of excited to see where they're going to end up going. I just felt like the first episode was just so.
I don't see any romance between the new Doctor.
Oh no, there's going to be no romance.
They called that out. Yeah. Like initially, they were like, he was your boyfriend, and he told her flat out at the end of the episode, like,
Now he's one of the guys from Grumpy Old Men.
Yeah.
I'm not here to be your boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't like hugs.
I'm not your schoolboy crush.
I don't like hugs.
Yeah.
Alright, so anything else you guys been watching recently?
Oh, I've been recapping some House.
House, huh?
Mr. MD himself.
House MD?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the final chapter?
The final chapter.
You're not in the end of the series? Where are you at in the series?
I'm only on the first. I'm recapping from last season that I really got into was 4, and why I stopped watching, I don't know. I usually get distracted. But definitely watching all the seasons this time around.
Yeah. You've been enjoying it?
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
He's brilliant.
He's brilliant.
Hugh Laurie can act his way out of a bag. Let's just say that.
Act his way out of a bag.
Yeah.
You've heard it here on this podcast. Officially, Hugh Laurie can act his way out of a bag. I'd like to see that. That's his ice bucket challenge right now, is to act his way out of a bag for us. Which
British actor with a perfect English accent. How many times you get to say that?
Right now probably 0. I think once is enough, and no one lives forever. James Bond quote. Or is that Diamonds Are Forever? I can't remember. Anyways,
coming from a series that has Octopussy in it.
Octopussy, yes. Yeah, well, they should kind of do like a spoof of that, like a porn parody.
Octopussy, is that like 8 giant pussies everywhere?
No, it's like an octopus with a pussy in the middle of it.
Ew.
Double 69.
Double 69.
Ain't no pussy.
It's like a hentai, like self-hentaiing itself. So it's like tentacle porn, but like on it.
Bond goes DP.
Is that gross if it's tentacle porn on itself and not on like an Asian chick or something like that?
Tentacle porn?
I think I'd rather see an octopus tentacle itself than see an octopus put tentacles in a person.
I've seen shit that is fucking weird. Like, they would stick eel up in them and then like just let them out. Like, they let them squirm up in there, and I'm just like...
I'm sorry, what are you talking about right now? Are you talking about the octopuses or a vagina?
Both.
Both? Oh, okay. So, apparently...
Where did we go from porn to octopus and then back to porn?
Well, we were talking about TV, and somehow we got off track, and at some point we'll get back on track, but as of right now...
Right, James Bond.
No. As of right now, I want to know what was that video you saw? Was that a vagina? That somebody put a bunch of fish up in her snatch?
Yeah, she put a bunch of eels up in there, let them squirm around, and then she just releases them.
That's like
like a hatchery.
That's like some 2 girls 1 cup bullshit, is what that is.
I'd rather watch that than I don't like bodily fluids.
You ever seen Mr. Hands? That guy died. Sad story. May he rest in peace wherever he got buried in Washington State. Danielle, have you been watching House? Or has it just been Billy over here watching House the whole time?
I watch it with him.
You watch it with him? Mm-hmm. What do you think about House? Have you been enjoying it? I mean, it's not your usual forte, but,
Oh, it's totally my forte.
Is it your forte?
I was, so into ER when it was on TV.
I thought you were into,
I watched that, too.
I thought you were into shit like, the Housewives of Beverly Hills.
I don't watch that shit. Fuck you. I don't watch that.
Well, I always see you watching, reality TV.
Oh, she watches Kardashians.
You never see me watching reality TV. I haven't watched Kardashians in, 3 or 4 months.
You still watched them obsessively when you did.
Why would you watch Kardashians?
Because sometimes it's fun to watch and see how stupid other people really are.
Do you want to see how not to live your life?
No, I don't watch it anymore. I don't... Whatever. You
how we can't afford to live the... Anyways, okay.
Sometimes I look at... when I was watching that show, and all I can think is, it's funny how money doesn't buy brains.
Well, see, that's the trick with money.
IQ not for sale.
When you have money, you don't have to have brains because you just hire people with bigger brains to be smart for you. That's why you have, like, 6 lawyers on staff. And
Right, but then most people don't go on television and display how ignorant and dumb they are.
True, but it worked out for Paris Hilton, so, I mean, everybody's got to do it now.
I'm sorry, Paris who?
Exactly.
Paris blowjob, what?
Well, she did stuff after that, wasn't she? She was in a Repo, right?
Yeah.
And she was alright in that. Like, she wasn't
Didn't she
great.
do that, what was that, Wax House or something?
House of Wax.
House of
That
Wax.
was before it, but yeah.
No.
That was the best movie ever, though, because she, spoilers, she gets a giant rod through her eyeball.
Yep.
And then
Nice.
she leans forward on it, like she's, like, leaning over a stairwell looking over with, like, a super slanted rail over the
Gore
edge.
is always good.
Well, I wouldn't say that movie was good. I would say it was alright.
An average.
When I first saw it, maybe
Below
it was decent, but not now.
Not B-rated.
But we don't have to talk about movies now. We're gonna get back on track now. So you guys are watching House.
House.
Is it worth mentioning to other people how much House has changed your life and has become part of your soul, your spirit?
As far as changing my life, I don't think...
I think changing my life is a little extreme, but it's definitely enjoyable and intriguing, and I think
I'd watch it over
when you
and
watch
over.
it really gets your mind going. It's very stimulating.
House is just one fucking dark... Yeah.
Yeah, it's just something. It's
He's sarcastic, he plays it off well.
has he
It's
become,
like, how can you be mad at some of the things he says because they're true, but...
has Hugh Laurie become your spirit animal? Is my question.
Spirit animal.
When you go on your vision quest, do you see Hugh Laurie? Is he part of you? Is this like one of those Ghost Adventure shows where somebody gets touched inappropriately by the Hugh Laurie spirit animal and you have to go track him down?
Not a stalker type.
No,
No.
not a stalker. Okay, I just thought I'd ask.
He's good, but not that good.
So you would recommend?
Oh, he's great, but not worth stalking.
Yeah,
Nobody is.
nobody's really worth
Obsession
stalking.
will
That's
get
right,
you in
guys.
trouble.
If you're listening to this podcast, just remember stalking. It's never worth it.
Yeah.
Don't stop.
Don't stalk. This has been a PSA from our podcast.
Restraining order.
Yes, exactly. So you would recommend the show? You would recommend the show to other people?
I'd
Oh,
recommend it
definitely.
to everybody.
It's same for Doctor Who. I would assume.
Yes.
I think we're all
Doctor Who even more so.
we are all officially Whovians.
It's actually quite educational.
It's quite educational. It's a journey through time and space. So yes, I believe it's slightly educational.
Started out as a children's educational show back in 1952. I believe it was 52.
Well, we're not going to.
That's what they were aiming for, but then it just ended up being fictional stuff.
We talk about things. We don't necessarily have to be right about everything. So I mean, it's understandable. Yeah.
Fictional.
Yes.
Science fiction.
All right, we are going to move along out of the TV talk, unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about in TV that you've been watching.
New stuff, not much.
I think I'm going to make you guys sit down and forcibly watch. I've already seen it before, but Misfits all the way through.
Haven't seen, heard good thing.
Yes, it's like Heroes if it wasn't boring.
Oh, I love
Heroes wasn't always boring.
It's also really nasty at certain parts, and I say nasty like that on purpose because there's some weird shit that happens in that show that you're just gonna be like, how do they get that on TV? There's parts.
Like what?
There was that show that
Incest?
I was watching, Being Human or Almost Human.
Almost Human.
Being human.
It's kind of an interesting show.
There's also a show, Almost Human.
Yeah,
We're
but that's a
watching
cyborg show.
Yeah.
I think she's talking about the one with the vampire, the werewolf,
Yeah, the vampire,
and
the
the
werewolf,
ghost.
and the ghost. It's,
We
quite,
were
it's
watching
pretty
it.
interesting.
Are you watching the BBC version, or are you
the
watching
BBC version
American?
for sure?
Okay, 'cause
Always choose the BBC version.
Yeah,
There's two versions.
yeah. There's the American version that they remade for Sci-Fi or Sci-Fi or what the fuck that channel's called now. Well, it's SYFY. I mean, it's not Sci-Fi anymore.
Sci-Fi.
It was Sci-Fi, and it had a really cool like Saturn logo, but now it's not cool. Thanks USA Network. Yeah, but it just isn't the same. Like anytime I see an American remake of a TV show that was British, it just irritates me. It's never a good thing, and it never turns out good. It's always kind of crappy in the end for the people who are part of the show.
I like both. Whose line is it, anyways?
Yeah, that was alright. This is Drew Carey, though.
Yeah.
A little different format as well. I mean, it's like a free-based comedy show as opposed to like a scripted out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I
think you probably would get better results. I mean, who was in the? There was a British version?
Yeah.
I don't remember who
was in the British
I don't
version.
remember the guy's name, but anybody could.
Because I mean, like, personally, I think British comedy's hilarious.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I think you'd be hard to lose in a show like that, having a version on either side.
Well, it's like the American version of The Office versus the UK version of The Office. I prefer the UK version, mostly because it ends quicker than the American version. The American version kind of drags its feet out too long. And, I don't know, a couple of those... Like, Steve Carell, I think he's funny, but I think he's only funny in awkward things.
Yeah.
That's his thing, is like awkwardness.
Awkward.
It's either awkwardness or really nice dude, that gets lucky because he's awkward. But it's usually just awkwardness.
Yeah, I think that's his niche.
His niche. Yeah. His
A
groove.
lot of people work off of that basis as far as acting goes. Like, shoot. Yeah, bad example.
Yeah, bad example. Drawing a blank on a podcast, making sad silence for all the listeners.
Oh goodness!
All 0 of our listeners. We don't even have a name yet. We don't have anything. We're just so disorganized, guys.
It's good. Just play it off.
Yeah, just play it off. All right. We're gonna move into movie talk.
Movies.
So. So what was the last movie you guys saw? Mine is pretty far back, so if you want me to, I can start on mine, and then you guys can, I guess, go off mine once you remember a movie.
Are we talking in theaters?
Are we going, like, back to the Stone Age here? Or?
No. Like, the last movie you saw, either, Netflix counts, Amazon counts, a movie, like a theater movie that's at your home, at your leisure to watch. Or in the theater to watch. You can talk about either or. I know Danielle might have something a little bit more exciting. She saw Guardians of the Galaxy, so I'm sure she's just frothing at the mouth to speak about it over there in her silent bubble. Her cone of silence.
I've been talking, thank you very much.
But,
last movie that I saw that's worth mentioning was probably Red Dawn.
Red Dawn.
Some people probably don't like it.
The original or the remake?
New one.
The remake, yeah?
Both of them, actually.
Oh, well,
I did watch both of them.
Was it a
recently.
back-to-back session?
Yeah, it kind of was.
Just kind of vegged out and...
I watched the original, and I was like, I know that there's a remake, and I wasn't really interested at first, and I was like, let's give it a shot. And it wasn't it was really good. It was action-packed, and it left an opening for an end, the ending for an opening to a sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, well, from what I heard, it sounds like they are going to make a sequel at some point, but I think it's kind of on, like, shaky grounds right now. I don't exactly know what's holding it up, but they should have had one by now, at least.
Wolverine!
I didn't think it was that bad either, and I thought it was kind of interesting that, what's-his-fuck from Drake and Josh was in there.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was hilarious, seeing him all skinny and... looking all buff or whatever and being a dick.
Good job.
Yeah, he's doing a good job at being a dick. He's kind of maybe at some point they'll let him take over Punk'd, that TV show with what is that?
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, but it was Valderrama guy, wasn't he part of that too at some point? Or no, wait, that was your mama.
Your mama.
Oh
gosh.
God, that's a horrible show. MTV, you did bad things to that station.
You raped me.
You used to play music. So yeah,
Meteor.
Red Dawn. Would you recommend it to people to see?
I would.
Remake and original, or just the remake?
Well, luckily I don't recommend to go in a theater since it isn't there. So yeah.
Yeah.
If you have Netflix or anything else of that nature.
I think it's on Amazon. I believe I've seen it on there. I don't usually use the Netflix because it's all the same shit I've seen before, but except House of Cards, which makes me very jealous. Because there's nothing more I love in this world than some face-to-face Kevin Spacey.
Either or, yeah, I'd recommend it.
Yeah. Let's see. Danielle, would you like to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy?
It was a pretty good movie, actually.
Pretty good movie. What did you think of it? Was it not what you were expecting? Did you not really know what you were going into?
Did you see it in the theaters?
Yes.
Yeah, we just said that earlier.
Did you?
Yeah, I said it. I said she just saw Guardians of the Galaxy. No, she saw it on Betamax.
I don't know. Guardians of the Galaxy is not really one of those things that I went into knowing much about it. I just thought that
So you're
it
not a
looked like it
Marvel
was going to
fan?
be funny, and
No one's
Just
a fan of Guardians of the Galaxies. You can go around. Nobody buys that comic book.
I'm just saying,
Now,
just
yeah,
because I
but-
like some things doesn't mean I like them all, and this is one of those things I didn't go into it with any preconceived notions of what I wanted it to be or what I expected it to be.
Yeah.
And I had a great time.
Yeah.
I went with a group of friends, and we went and saw it on opening day at the Cinetopia in the really comfortable, kickback footstool theater.
Oh, that's the Vineyard ones, right, or whatever.
Something like that,
You
yeah.
can get alcohol.
Yeah, you can get alcohol in
Yeah.
there. They have bartenders that come in and serve
You
you
booze
food
it
and
up.
alcohol.
It's kind of like a less restaurant feel version of an Alamo.
It was comfortable. It was comfortable. I remember being comfortable at the movies for the first time in a long time. It was just a very relaxed environment. It was quiet. People were having fun.
Yeah.
But the movie was good. I laughed a majority of the time, which I think is more than I usually expect.
Yeah.
I felt like the story was put together really well.
Wow. That's good to hear.
It flowed very well. It was put together very well. There was nothing that was awkward. There was, lots of laughs, and even some of the friends that I went with, they know a lot more about the story than I do, and they all seemed to enjoy it as well.
Oh, that's really interesting. I immediately, when I saw the trailer to that, I'm like, oh, there's a dumb raccoon in it, and there's some green lady who's horribly painted green. This doesn't look that great. And then I saw that, what is that guy? Oh, Iceman from, was it X-Men? He was an X-Men, I think. He's the lead guy in that, with the red coat. Who's that guy? Is that Chris?
I don't know the character
Is that-
very well.
Chris something. His name's Chris something. He's a Star-Lord.
Yeah. Oh, wait, so is that not the same guy then? I'm thinking of a different guy.
I don't know.
Is he the guy that played? He's not the Flame On guy from Fantastic Four, is he?
No.
No. Okay.
No, different guy.
Okay, so then he definitely has to be the guy that I'm thinking of, which would be the Iceman from X-Men. He could freeze stuff in X-Men 2.
I don't remember.
Oh God. Oh, I'm the only person who remembers X-Men 2 apparently in this world.
Outside of that, we all, I think as an actor, sometimes you just take roles that aren't well suited for you, and maybe that's what happened to him. This is a good role for him. He did very, very well.
He's also, I believe, in The Following, the TV show on Fox. He's one of the I don't want to go too far to that and spoil that for everybody, but he's a main character in the first and second seasons. Or whoa, I might have just spoiled that. Shit. Well, it's all right.
I don't know, I just think they put it
Spoiler.
together well enough that it was enjoyable. You could watch it through,
Yeah.
and it had enough information in it that being somebody who went in not knowing much about Guardians of the Galaxy to begin with,
Yeah.
I was able to understand the story completely and know exactly where it went from head to finish, all the way through without being lost or having to ask questions.
But a raccoon.
I enjoyed myself. I laughed a lot,
Star
and
Fox.
it was Rocket Raccoon.
He said a
raccoon.
but a raccoon, and
Oh.
I said Star Fox.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a good experience. It was funny. We laughed, and I walked out knowing exactly what the story was, and I wasn't lost or confused.
Oh
so.
wow! It sounds like to me that you watched an utterly enjoyable movie that James Gunn had his dick all over, and he's also one of the guys that had his dick all over the American version of Lollipop Chainsaw, your favorite game in the world.
Not really.
Not really. It might be my favorite. Well, it's not my favorite, but it is.
It's definitely not at the top of my list.
There's nothing wrong with that game. It's perfectly fine. And
That game's perfectly fine for a lot of people. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah, was it just too much for you, or
Too much titty.
It was dumb.
It was dumb.
It didn't enjoy it.
It makes fun of itself.
There was nothing exciting or thrilling or anything about that game for me.
It is all about those cheerleader moments where you have to do the trampoline bounces and you have to do the moves because it's like Guitar Hero at that point, and the buttons just pop up and you have to like mash them as fast as possible.
And I legitimately did not enjoy that game.
And then you can bowl Nick's head around and knock zombies. Oh, it's fantastic.
I bought it and immediately gave it away.
Yeah. Well, I feel kind of sad. I feel kind of sad that that ended up happening, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy that even though you got rid of it, I ended up getting it back because my initial copy got sold at one point to make bus fare. So I ended up with Lollipop Chainsaw again, and I went back and played it, and I still think it's tip top.
No, and that's totally cool. I'm sure that there's games that I thoroughly enjoy that you can't stand. That's the joy of having different personalities around you all the time.
That is the
different
issue.
strokes for different
That is
folks.
the issue I have with The Sims, but we'll get into that later.
Oh no.
OCD.
The last movie I saw. Oh shit! Let's see. I have to go really far back, don't I? It's been
Reach deep.
It has been a while. I think the last movie I saw.
Welcome to the podcast, Lafayette.
Welcome to the podcast. That is our fourth host, Lafayette. He is a cat, and he likes to meow.
He is the coolest cat.
He's an interesting cat. I'll give him that. Yeah.
He's part dog.
He's part dog. He's part something.
Because he keeps humping everything.
I say he's half cat, 1/4 human, 1/4 dog.
Half lichen, half vampire.
You give him a stuffed dog or something.
Yeah. Did you see that they're going to remake Underworld?
What?
They're
not even that old.
They're rebooting Underworld.
What is this obsession with remaking stuff?
It's because the new stuff doesn't sell anymore
Spider-Man.
because people like the same over and over again. Because studies show people like the same over and over again.
I don't.
It's the same reason they don't build new games and they just build sequels to video games is because nobody buys new IPs.
I do.
I mean, look at pretty much everything the Sega Dreamcast had on it was pretty much a new IP for the
And
most
if
part.
they're worried about people being
The only thing that ever
not
sold
buying
well was
stuff,
like
it's
Sonic
because
Adventure.
nobody can fucking afford to buy it.
Well, that's not 100% true because games used to be a lot more than they are now. So we are in a
They're
good
still
spot.
spendy.
They are still spendy, yes, but if you wait for the prices to come down, it's more worth it, I feel, to wait. If you can find a good deal on it, then it's totally worth it. Like if it's half off.
I know, but it still sucks to be the last one to get a game that everybody else is talking about and playing for months because you're waiting for the price to go down.
Yeah, it is a very shitty business model, but unfortunately, I think if they want to sell us on the digital model, they need to undercut the prices of digital models to physical models. So perhaps your digital download version of the game is only $40, which is the one that is a disc version is $60.
Right.
But maybe you make it different so the disc version has all the DLC on it and it's timed and only unlocks after a certain date is hit.
Ugh.
Well,
I
no.
hate that shit.
No, because at least at that point you have all the shit. You
And
have
you're
to
not
go-
being ripped
You don't have
off.
to go out to buy it. You already have it. You get it for free because you bought it physical. But the incentive to buy it digital is that it's $20 cheaper, and then you just pay $10 for each expansion pack, and then you end up spending $50 instead of spending more. And not $10
Well, look
for
at
each.
Titanfall. You got $60 for the game on shelf, that is, and then $25 for a seasonal pass. But each
That's
one's
not bad.
$10
Yeah,
a piece.
so you're saving $5.
And you end up paying $85. And if you do it individually, you're paying $90.
Wait, what's a seasonal pass?
It's not a seasonal pass. It's called a season pass that allows you a certain amount of DLC for a year. So it gives you all the yeah. It's she said seasonal, not you. Oh well, whatever. Anyways, we'll fix it later in the edit. No, we won't. A season pass allows you a certain amount of DLC. Like with Titanfall, it allows you X amount of DLC for the year, unless they make more Titanfall DLC. And people can hear you. And yeah, the DLC allows you to keep playing the game either online or offline or whatever. So it basically just allows you. It's like a sim. Okay, let's say there's a system for The Sims where you can just buy a card that literally states you get all the Sims expansion packs. But instead of just getting them like day one, you get them as they come out versus having to go out and buy them individually for $20 each. You just get them all for basically like a lower discounted price, but as a bundle, it'd probably be like $120 or some shit like that. Because there's so many fucking Sims expansion packs that by the end of the day, you've ended up spending $260 on a game. Mm-hmm. I mean, that to me is ridiculous. I get the point of expansion packs, but the Sims take it to a new level because a lot of that shit is just DLC. A lot of that's just, oh, that's a mod. Somebody made an extra shirt for the game, or somebody made some extra pants for the game. That's stuff you can just patch in on an update for free, and you shouldn't charge a person for. That's stupid. If you're going to charge a person,
following by that. I like that.
Yeah, and if you're going to charge people for DLC, it should be brand new content. It shouldn't just be a shirt or a hat.
GTA's having updates like all the time, and they're just free, and they're adding in items.
They're free for now, but at what point do they become paid? At what point do they lose the incentive to give it to you for free because there's no longer stimming activity in there? And plus, there's some weird shit going on today. I read online that Activision's looking at buying Take-Two Interactive, which is the company that I think publishes all the Rockstar shit, their parent company. And if that happens, then you're going to get a GTA movie, you're going to get a GTA game annually probably, which means every year you get a brand new GTA game versus just getting them, you know, it overfloods the well. It does the Assassin's Creed thing, and then it can't live up to the hype anymore because the hype's just so far over its head. I mean, the game's still cool, but it's not as good as it used to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they get all the DLC, and then like a few months later, they have the Game of the Year edition with all the DLC, and it's just like for like about $10 lower than a new game price.
A few days later, what are you talking about? Or a few weeks later. I'm sorry, not days. A few weeks later, I don't know what you're talking about there because it's usually like about a year or two afterwards. Like Fallout New Vegas, it didn't get its Ultimate Edition for a while. Neither did 3. It was. I mean, I guess they didn't really start doing them that much around that time, but it takes quite a while to get your Game of the Year unless you're buying like Borderlands. They generally get those out right after the last DLC is about to come out. They usually put the Game of the Year on the shelf. So, I mean, like, you're not really... The only benefit of getting it on disc is that you have a physical copy of that DLC. You always can use it. Because at some point, Xbox Live for 360 is going to go away. PlayStation Online for PlayStation is going to go away. Wii Online bullshit's already gone away for the most part. I mean, they're not going to work. You're going to clear your cache, and you're going to go try to play a game, and you're going to turn it on, and it's not going to work. It's going to be broken. You're going to get to a certain point in the game, and a bug that needed to be patched. You're not going to have the update to that patch. You have a broken disk. You have a useless disk that can no longer go anywhere else but to that one spot. Because you're not buying a game. You're like leasing the software, basically. It's not yours.
And the hardware.
Yeah. Well, no, not even the hardware. You own the hardware.
Well, yeah.
I mean, they're basically selling you a PC, an overpriced PC, most of the time.
But cutting the products off from you.
Yeah. Like the PS4 is an overpriced PC. You could probably build something comparable to that for cheaper. If not better, for cheaper. Same with the Xbox One. Not quite the same because the RAM things are kind of weird, but... I mean... In this day and age, we have the ability that they could just release one console and it would be set. There would be, like, nothing. But we veered off topic like a drunk chick driving to the hill to make out with her boyfriend.
So who plans on seeing the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Not me, because I hate Megan Fox and she can't act.
I saw her...
She also got a nose job, which looks kind of weird.
I saw her in a Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen film. Don't ask me why I was watching that. It was an obligation. But Megan Fox was in it, and I was just like, that's horrible.
Why? Because she's...
both... No, the whole movie was just horrible.
Well, it has Mary-Kate and Ashley's name on it, so yeah, generally it is horrible.
Yeah.
So, I mean, little girls like it because it's... Well, they used to like it because it relatable. It's like, yeah, that's what I'd do if I had a bunch of money and was a twin or whatever.
I just like boys, parties.
Well, you don't want to be sexist about this. I mean, come on.
That's basically what they said in the movie.
I know.
I was just like, are you...
That's the studio's idealized version of what they should be making.
Like,
the sad thing is, I think it's TriStar, and I think they own that wing of Columbia. I think that is American, actually.
I can care less about it. But anyways, back to the Turtles. I don't care for the new design of the Turtles. I guess I'm just old school, so whatever.
That's a good explanation, Billy. Yeah, I mean...
I like the 3D version better than I like those, and I barely like the 3D version.
The 80s Turtles...
It's like they were trying to go for realism, as if a turtle actually had been hit with mutagen and then grown up from there.
The Turtles from the 80s were the best Turtles, and the cartoon, the animated series in America, I don't remember what the hell, I think it was just Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. It's all called the same fucking thing, which is the confusingest part about it all.
TMNT, that's all we needed.
Yeah. Yeah, well, no, that's the remake that they made for Cartoon Network. That was the 3D one. And then they made that movie, too. But yeah, I mean... What is happening over here? She fell asleep?
Yeah.
You fell asleep on the podcast? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, dude, sorry, I've been up for, ever, since before the sun rose.
Sounds like somebody else.
That sounds like me, because I've been up all day, and I still haven't fallen asleep yet.
Hey. Anywho. Wake your ass up, what's your opinion on it? I know you want to go see it.
I want to see what?
TMNT, or Teenage Mutant Ninja...
I was going to say I wanted to see it, in the theater, for sure.
I'd rather see Bad Boys 3.
That would be cool.
I know, right? You know what? When Michael Bay directs...
Mike Lowry.
Alright, well, we're going to move into Game Talk. Welcome to Game Talk. We already kind of did some of it ahead of time. We weren't trying to, but we got a little excited and spilled our load everywhere.
Premature ejaculation.
Yeah, that's right. Pre-cum everywhere. Hope it doesn't stain. Coming to Game Talk, let's talk about games. What games is everybody currently playing? Billy, what is your most recent game you've been playing?
I've been playing Titanfall, as I mentioned earlier.
Titanfall, the online multiplayer giant robot killing game.
Yep.
It's super fun. I think it's super fun.
Yeah, it totally is.
It's fantastic.
Free running is kick-ass. The mechs are sweet. Customizable, practically everything. Weapons, whatnot, and so forth.
I really wish you would have bought it on Amazon the day it was $30.
Yeah. I was impatient.
You would not feel as butthurt about as you do now.
Yeah, I was complaining about it earlier.
Because you've got some buyer's remorse a little bit.
I was smack talking about DLC when, in actuality, the sucker, like I say I am, and purchased it.
Well, I've seen your Steam library, and I think you might have a little problem with sweet deals.
Yeah.
Because you have so many fucking Steam games. It is ridiculous.
I have like 137.
I might have just dropped the first F-bomb on here. I just said fucking.
Fuck a luck.
Fuck a luck a ding dong. What about you, Danielle? Any games you've been playing recently?
I've been dabbling in Titanfall.
You've been dabbling in Titanfall. How are you enjoying Titanfall? The experience?
I like it. I really like shooting people.
Shooting people? Yeah.
Kill.
What's your favorite weapon to use in the game? I should ask Billy that too.
The auto pistol.
The AP pistol, huh?
I realized, so I'm horrible at aim.
Yeah.
I can't aim for my life. It's like that in every game.
No. I think you just need a mouse. Once you had a mouse, I think you could probably aim.
I don't know. So I like it when it has an auto aim feature, and this one's kind of nice because there's people who don't like aiming, and there's people who do, and so you really get the option to do whichever one you want in this.
Yeah.
And I also like that they kind of threw in the penalty on the auto aim pistol, where yes, it multi-targets and it does targeting for you, but you have to wait.
Yeah.
You have to wait for it to lock onto the targets, and depending on how fast they're moving, it takes longer. And so, I've had guys come up on me in a room while my auto pistol is still trying to target them, and they blow me away.
Yeah. If they get close to you with a shotgun or anything like that, you were instantly dead. You're just fucking...
But at the same point, it's was a blast shooting 3 dudes in the head at the same time. So
I feel like I'm just cheating the hell out of the game when I use the auto pistol. But I like it.
But you're taking a penalty when you use it because it takes it already. I mean, it says right there it takes it longer to target than somebody who's running around with a shotgun.
3 locks,
and it depends on how you play as them with it too.
It is 3 locks on a pilot, but there is no guarantee that all bullets will hit the pilot when it fires it because sometimes it slings them left and right.
As long as they're holding still. Well,
if they are in your line of sight and it's red, you have I would say a 75% chance that all 3 bullets hit. Because the bullets themselves, once in a while, will miss, or the person will move and it will hit a wall. It's happened to me before. It's not as easy as it looks. Also, the best way to do it, honestly, is to get up high and try to keep moving and stay as fast as possible. That's what I do. I don't like to wall hang because it makes you an easy target. I don't like to sit there out in the open and, get my asshole tore up. I like to move, cloak, blow up Titans, and shoot things with the auto pistol because it is
so you're more of a pilot player.
Not just a pilot. I'm pretty much all around guy. I've gotten quite a few Titan kills each level. I'm pretty good at killing Titans on foot. I'm better killing them on foot than in a Titan, except in Last Titan Standing. I tend to do better in a Titan.
My stats suck right now.
Yeah, it takes a while to kind of get used to it. But once you're in it and you get in the zone while you're playing, it's just like a 1-to-1 point of reference for how you input the controls, and you pick it up and it learns you. Is the best way to put it. It learns you good. Mm-hmm. It learns you so good, girl.
You sound like you're from the South.
It learns you good. It learns you so good.
I don't know. I mean, I gotta tell you, like every time I pick it up and play it, I enjoy playing. I haven't walked away with dissatisfaction at all. So
one of my favorite features is the cloak. I like just sitting in a corner I'm not a camper. I don't like to camp. I think there's a time limit that allows you to be a camper. I usually sit there for about 5 seconds and wait for somebody to walk by me while I'm cloaked, or the time limit in which I can actually be cloaked. So, and then once I see somebody, just run up behind them and gun them.
See, I feel like people use the cloak ability as kind of an emphasis on sitting in a corner and using the auto pistol, and I feel like that's the wrong way to go about that gun. That gun is a free running gun. As soon as you get
run and gun with the free
as soon as you get the run and gun kit with that pistol, you can become a killing machine. It is 100% possible to blow the fuck out of dudes with that fucking gun, as long as you're staying high and moving fast, and then staying invisible when you need to stay invisible, and not just using it just because you have it. Like, shoot a Titan, and then the Titan sees you, you turn invisible, you go into a building, the Titan thinks you went in the building, so it goes around to the other side, you come back out the other side and shoot it again with the rocket. You reload, you go back around the building, he comes back around to see you, you go out the other door, because he's thinking that you're going to pop down at the bottom door where you popped out before, and you don't, you pop out the other door and shoot him, and boom, he's dead. Like, you just have to, like, think ahead.
Yeah.
That's like, you gotta think ahead, and you've got to play it fast, and it is an excellent...
Be the enemy.
Be the enemy. It's an excellent game. I currently, I just finished Silent Hill Downpour. Not a scary Silent Hill game. Better than Silent Hill Homecoming. That kind of dates it. So, right there with that game, because that was like 2006.
What was the one that was on PSP?
Origins.
Was that exclusive? And did they even
kind of? You played as a
console?
They released it on PS2 later on.
Yeah,
but
Grand Theft Auto.
I believe it was PS2. Yeah, yeah, but you never got the San Andreas stories that they were planning on making. It's probably because the PSP sales suck. Yeah, I've never played the Origins. Like, I played a demo of it when I had my PSP, but I never actually played the full game. It never interested me enough. It was about a trucker driving into town. I heard there was some, like, weird crossover with one of the other games. I think it might have been actually Homecoming. I believe that's where the crossover is. But either way, they haven't made a good Silent Hill game since Silent Hill 3, in my opinion. I thought 4 was good, a different way to take it.
Awesome.
But I realize I don't count 4 only because I know 4 wasn't originally intended to be a Silent Hill game. So to me, it doesn't exist as a Silent Hill game. It is a very good Silent Hill game in the approach that it was going to take and where it was heading. I see why they wanted to make it a Silent Hill game, but to me, it does not count in there. So it's like its own. It's like it's on its own little pedestal. You know, I don't feel like anything that they've made since has been able to touch that pinnacle of where that game was at when it first came out. Same with Resident Evil. Since 4, and even 4, when I went back and played it not too long ago,
Loved 4.
It is totally not a standard Resident Evil game. It's got the puzzles and it's got the inventory management, but it is an action game. It is not horror. That game is not scary.
No, it's not scary at all. But on the Wii, it's pretty fun.
I
like the controls for it.
I am not much for motion
I feel like
controls.
I'm actually,
Yeah.
well,
I fucking hate motion controls, to be honest. I think motion controls are the worst thing ever. But that is mostly because I'm a lazy, fat asshole who just likes to sit on the couch and play a game. And, and it's not even like sitting on a couch. I mean, I didn't even become a console gamer until way late in the cycle. I was more PC for, like, the longest time, which is...
I started out console. I've been a console player since, Nintendo.
I'm pretty sure I started out on a console, but for the longest time, I was just PC guy. That's all I played was PC games. So I just played old PC games because I had a shitty PC.
I think I got into PCs when it first got popular back in I think it was 97.
97, yeah.
And first computer was a compact, and it was actually pretty good for the time.
For the time. The floppy disk drive was all we had. There was no CD-ROM yet. We couldn't burn CDs.
You know, 32 megabyte hard drive.
Running on fucking basically like what you get in like the shittiest flash drive you get from like one of those free like t-shirt cannons or some shit like that.
It's something you probably donate nowadays. You'd be like,
what would
you can have this piece of shit.
But wait, what would you use 32 megabytes for? Would it just be like work documents? Because you could fit like maybe 30 on there if you're lucky.
Shit.
Maybe if they don't go over 100 kilobytes each. So if you only use like 4 or 5 pages, I don't know.
I think it was 32. I mean, it may have been a little bit more than 32, but it wasn't much. It was.
Well, no, I believe it being 32 because I had a couple MP3 players that were kind of shit back in the day because I couldn't afford an iPod, and they all were like, a couple of them were super low. One of them was like 512 megabytes. One of them was like 128 megabytes. Like they were all very tiny in their RAM because the functionality really wasn't there in the cheap ass market yet, and now it is.
Yeah.
But the issue is now is that the iPod's already it's in your phone now. It's part of it. It's integrated. I got this Sony Xperia ZS1, and it's got Walkman in it, and I've never used the Walkman service before. Interface is nice. It has a couple issues though, mostly due to I think the newest Android update. So I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think they've worked out all the kinks yet. They kind of waited too long to update it because I don't think they were sure they wanted to update it. And now that they have updated it, I'm hoping they work out the bugs before they just dip on it because I would be really pissed off.
My first PC game, Quake 3. Awesome shit ever. 9 Inch Nails soundtrack. It was creepy as shit. It's fun.
Quake 3? You mean?
I mean
Quake 1.
Quake 1.
Quake 3 Arena? I was like, wow.
9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails soundtrack and everything. It was awesome.
It's not. I mean, it kind of.
And then there was Diablo.
I guess. I mean, since technically Trent Reznor is 9 Inch Nails, he does count as 9 Inch Nails, but I believe he's just credited as Trent Reznor on the soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah, I believe.
Was not aware.
I don't think it actually goes by the
Now
band's
you know.
name. I think it's just the composer's just Trent Reznor in general. So, I mean, it's fucking 9 Inch Nails because it's Trent Reznor, because anything that dude touches is 9 Inch Nails. I mean, How to Destroy Angels is fucking 9 Inch Nails. To check anything he touches is 9 Inch Nails. So, I mean, there's no way to get away from it, but yeah, I think it's credited as that. So,
What was your first gaming system?
Ooh, that is a tough question. I do not. Vetrax?
I think that's probably pretty accurate because
Fucking
Grandma had one in her storage. When we go up and visit, she'd pull it out and it had those insertable screens.
You don't know what a Vetrax is, do you? That's adorable.
Is that the freaking old Pong? Basically, you play Pong, but they have the things you put on the screen makes it basketball or soccer.
No, that's the Odyssey.
Oh.
That's the Odyssey. It was just 2 dots on the screen. You controlled the positions of the dots. It was just white dots. It was really shitty. The Vectrex was it's a little home console. It's like basically a little arcade console looking thing, and it's a TV, and in the front there's like a little panel, and you're like, oh, what the fuck's that? Well, it's the controller. It fits in the front of the thing, and you pull it out, and in the front there you'll see there's a little cartridge slot. And the cartridges are about the size of a little bit bigger than a Game Boy cartridge, I would say. Just a little bit bigger, thicker, way fucking thicker, but a little bit bigger than a Game Boy cartridge. So you take a cartridge off, you plug it in. You're like, well, maybe I should see what it sounds like when it first starts out. Take the cartridge out, turn the fucking thing on. It's basically an Asteroids clone built into the game system. It's fucking asteroids. You literally fly around and shoot asteroids in a I think it's called like Maze Field or some shit like that. Well, basically, all the games in there are rip-off other games. So there's like a Pac-Man clone. It's like a money thing where you like rob and shit. They're just a bunch of arcade clones.
Store brand gaming.
There's kind of like a Defender clone on there. There's a couple other clones on there. They had to color screens in the boxes because it has no control or no color to it because it's a vector-based graphic system. So it means that I think it drives everything in lines, so it's smoother.
I think back then was vector-based.
Well, no, it's a vector-based screen. So it's smooth. The animation and shit looks really good because it's smooth. Like it moves at a really high frame rate because it's vector based. When the screen first turns on, it puts a dot on the screen, and then everything comes up, but it like lines it down really fast. Mm-hmm. So it's like light traveling down, like you'd see on like a 3D projector in like a fucking Terminator movie. It's like something from the future, like Skynet's gonna come out and fucking kill you.
I'll be back.
But it also makes this awful humming noise. It's like a. I guess they didn't put enough EM shielding on the inside of the thing, so
like a Dreamcast.
Kind of. Well, no, that is more the fact that Dreamcast just fucking tears up discs like crazy because it has to read them so fast. But yeah, it has no EM shield, so the inside buzzes because it's something to do with the speaker being too close to the thing and blah blah blah. So it makes a horrible humming noise. But I had these color screens because there's no color in the screen. So you'd get like a game and it would come with a screen and it would be like multicolored and it'd be like different Desert Hockey or Money Mash or what the fuck it was, or Defender clone or whatever clone or this clone, and you'd put it up over the screen and you'd be like, oh sweet, I got color in my game now. It just fit in there. It had like little notches and everything. It was a pretty cool system and the box arts weren't too bad, but I had never heard of one before in my life, and anytime I mentioned a Vectrex to anybody, they were like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck is a Vectrex?
I never heard of it till now.
Thank God Google finally took off, and you can Google it, and you can Bing it, and you can... What else is there? Is there anything else besides Google and Bing? I guess you could Yahoo it? Yahoo it? I don't know. What do you call it? This podcast brought to you by Google, Microsoft, and Yahoo.
Yahoo!
Exactly. We have no sponsorships, but that's okay. It's brand new. You know, these new things, they're virgin. You gotta take it slow. You know?
Break her in. Easy.
We don't want to break her. We want to treat her right. Other games I've been playing, LA Noire. Pretty fun. The faces are weird. But it's an awesome...
I think the mouth animations for those is very
fluid. Oh, the faces. Yeah. The faces are too when you're investigating people.
It looks like the mouths are really good.
No,
I like how
the whole faces are. Mm-hmm. I mean, you pay attention to the mouth part because the mouth part looks so impressive to you. But when you're investigating them, they'll try to lie to you, and you got to pay attention to how they're reacting. And
like a cheek razor.
Yeah, or like they're blinking too much, or they're looking around kind of weird. It's really creepy at that point, because then they do physically look real in the face, and that is the most horrifying part of that game, is how like, the faces don't look realistic, but they move realistic, and they have, like, some sort of, like, fluidity to them that makes them flow, and it just, yeah, it's fucking creepy. That's my personal opinion. It's a great game, though. That, and I've been playing Titanfall, of course. I don't do too bad, I guess. People
not too shabby. You're like the top. You're like usually in the top 3 when I play with you.
Yeah.
I'm usually like 4th or 5th out of like 6.
Well, you know, I'm not always king shit at the doggy pile, but once in a while I pull my weight around, you know. Mm-hmm. Especially in a video game that I appreciate and have fun with. I'm not much for first-person shooter games on a console. but the auto pistol takes that away from me because then I don't have to aim. Well, you do have to aim, and don't get me wrong, I do manually aim with the secondary pistol, which I use a machine gun pistol with an extended magazine. Or no, not an extended magazine, just a machine gun pistol.
Don't they have a mouse keyboard set up for the Xbox?
They kind of do, but it's kind of cheapy put together. It's not really officially licensed as far as I'm aware, so...
Oh, and in case we haven't mentioned it, we're playing it on Xbox 360.
Yeah, well... Yeah, we don't have Xbox Ones yet. We're not that cool. October coming, Sunset Overdrive.
Empty pockets.
Empty pockets, bills to pay, a mouth to feed, a child in need, hunger reads. I don't know.
Peace on Earth.
Peace on Earth. That's right. Goodwill, man. Are there any games you're planning on playing in the future, or are you kind of in that stage?
There's a new Silent Hill, but it's PS4.
They haven't announced if it's going to be exclusive. I doubt that they would do that as Konami. They're going to want to spread that fucking thing as much as possible. It's Silent Hill.
Watched that video you showed me, and it looked amazing. The lighting in that was so beautiful. It made from a distance, everything looked so real, and everything was beautiful. And I liked how the house actually messed with you. You go into one room and it would go down to the basement, and it would lead you back to the beginning room, and
the ever-changing path. That's kind of what Silent Hill 4: The Room did, which is that's why it was very reminiscent of that. But this one, from what I've heard, it's randomly generated. It's the PT demo for as everybody knows now, is the new Silent Hills, the NES game by Kojima and Guillermo del Toro, and it's got fucking Norman Reedus in it, and that creepy anime guy. I don't remember his name either. I'm so good with names, guys. It's
Are you talking about the guy that draws his comics?
Yeah, he draws that.
What did they say? Spiral horror,
something like that. But he makes tentacle porn, kind of. It's not tentacle porn. He does creepy eye
After
shit.
the tentacles. Let's not get off track.
He does creepy, surreal shit, basically, and that's what he's good at. The monster designs are going to look really good because Guillermo,
from what I saw, it was creepy.
Well, that's just in a demo. That's not even the full game. That's just an experience. That's just to get to the point. That might not even be in the game at all. That is totally. It's weird. It acts like it. There's points while people play it that the game will fake crash and tell you it's rebooting, and go through the menu again, and load you back through as you're waking up, but then it just continues you on. It does weird shit. Kojima's one of those weird guys that's gonna do shit like that. They're gonna try to. What is it? Internal Darkness, or whatever the fuck that game is called in the GameCube. They're gonna try to fuck with you, and that if they succeed, you are gonna feel really fucking stupid at the end of the game, because you'll be like, wow, that game just fucked with my head.
I love that game because you get low on your energy and just things start tripping out.
Yeah.
Things start showing up that aren't actually there. Enemies start attacking them, and then all of a sudden they just disappear.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Camera tripping you out.
Yeah. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff like that out there, and it's kind of sad when something gets underappreciated, Yeah. That doesn't end up happening. I feel like it happens more often than not. We're gonna move off this gaming thing since we kind of spilled our load earlier and made it a super long segment that I'll have to probably go back over and cut down just a little tiny bit amount of. We're gonna normally we'd cut here. I think this is probably gonna be the news segment, but today we're not gonna do any news stuff because we don't really have any news stuff, to be honest. It's the first podcast, so it's all kind
of so no news.
Exactly, it's kind of just early jitters, and at some point we're gonna have a better microphone. Right now, we're using an internal microphone. We're definitely gonna get a better one next month. It's things will improve as it goes on, like all these things.
Production will go up. We promise.
That's right. Production will improve quality and improve in chattiness, and improve in sleeping people, and improve no sleeping. And,
no dose.
That's right.
It keeps you awake.
Next time, we're going to make sure that everybody takes a whole handful of no-dos. We're going to trip balls on a podcast. We're going to skip news for today, and we're going to go on to final thoughts. What did you think about the podcast? Did you have fun? Would you like to do it again?
Yeah, I'd do it again.
Would you like to go to the glory hole in the bathroom and look through it and see if you can see the guy's penis, and then he tries to pee on your eyeball, like something about Mary or whatever the fuck that movie was?
If you're using that as an analogy for doing it again, sure.
Sure, you're gonna get your eyeball pissed on?
Oh, yeah. Sure, why not?
Or is that my best friend's wedding? Whichever one with the swan in the aluminum foil, that's that movie. She sees a dude's dick or something through there and he tries to pee on her or something weird. I don't remember. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So you would do the podcast again?
I would.
You had fun today?
I did.
You did? Well,
sir, yes, sir. Wait.
Maybe next time I'll actually let you listen to the theme song beforehand and get your reaction on it. Because I'm almost done with it, but I had to do a couple more tweaks on it, and I figured it would be done before this would go up. And since that was last week, that this was supposed to be done, so it would have been what, like Monday? I failed. So this week I'll succeed. We're gonna have bumper noises, which you guys have probably heard already today, and we're gonna have hopefully a logo, a podcast name. We're definitely gonna have it before we put this episode up, so you guys will hear it probably in the intro.
And I'll be wearing my pants.
He'll be wearing his pants. Danielle will be awake for all the podcasts and not just part of it. She's just super duper tired because she's been up since the butt crack of dawn.
Sorry, guys.
It's cool. We're gonna once we name the podcast, sometime after this, we are gonna get a mailbag.
Any ideas is what you want to throw in there in the idea bag?
Well, it's not the idea bag; it's the mailbag. But basically, the idea would be that people would email us stuff that they'd like to hear our thoughts on, stuff we like, stuff like that. We could have people mailbag us names, but I would kind of hope to have the podcast up with a name before all that happens. But yeah, we'll get a mailbag, we'll get a Gmail or something like that. You guys can send us shit to. We'll have a Facebook page you guys can like us on at some point in the future. And I mean that's about it for me. I guess this is a goodbye. A farewell until we meet again.
Hasta lasagna.
Hasta lasagna.
Don't get any on ya.
Don't get any on ya. Yeah, these are all important facts that you need to know for your health and safety in the future.
And don't take candy from strangers.
Don't take candy from strangers, that's right. We'd like to thank all of our guests tonight. Nicki Minaj, especially. She was a wonderful, wonderful guest, as mentioned earlier on the podcast, for some odd reason.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly, thank you. You could hear her whispering from our creepy dungeon. That's going to be it from us here at the podcast that doesn't have a name yet. It's a podcast with no name. Have a great, great night.
Deuces!